Let's go live on Red App. Multi-streaming. Come on. All right, there we go. Live on the Red App. Let's go. Okay. Okay, which one are we going to watch first? All right, this one. All right, the college football playoffs is coming up. And JMU and Tulane, they're in the playoffs. And some people don't like that. But Matt, he loves it. Yeah, we're watching. I'm watching the Pavia one after this one. Let's see what he's talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you had a great Sunday night. Hope all of you had a great weekend. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, I'm not going to hold you. I missed you guys this weekend. I did. I missed doing the reaction videos. I also missed doing the Sunday recap. For those of you who don't know, our final recap on the channel for 2025 was the last week. Since we didn't have any games going on, and without games, there's no need to do a recap, there wasn't any content for us to make or post. It is what it is, but don't worry, don't fret, because we'll be back in action next weekend, or a better way of saying it, this up-and-coming weekend, and more importantly, Friday night, because we got Alabama versus Oklahoma. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to
I can't wait until that game. I can't wait. I don't know exactly. Well, I shouldn't say I don't know, but this one's a close one because both teams, they don't look too great right now. But I do think the game will be absolutely entertaining.
So being on the lookout for that. But getting that out the way, although it was a relatively quiet weekend in the college football world outside of the Sharon Moore news, and we've already covered all that, there's one thing I want to talk about.
You said
and that
you
is no
can't
other
wait.
than this 12-team playoff, which we're about to watch unfold right in front of our eyes. But more importantly, more specifically, Tulane, and guess who? JMU. Ever since the playoff bracket got revealed, every single time I've opened up my phone, somebody's complained about it. Now, is that anything brand new? Heck to the no. I'd say 97% of the people walking on this planet Earth, they're complainers. They love whining about every single thing. It has gotten so bad and it's gotten to a point where I feel the need to make this video. Why? Because I actually like it. It's not like, oh, I don't mind it. No, I like it. And it looks like to me, I'm an outcast. Even analysts, they're like, yeah, we got to get away with this. And I think I'm one of the very few people that are like, oh, no, it's fine. I'm cool with it. We're going to talk all about that in tonight's video. And I got to throw this in there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give yourself a nice round of applause.
Man, he's getting close. He's getting close. That 400K. He's getting close.
Now, is that
11K away.
Monumental or important number to me. Subscribers are subscribing and helping us get a little bit closer of achieving our goal of 400,000 subscribers in the video. I've had everybody and their mama sending this to me as well, and I just don't feel the need to speak on it. But I will throw it in this video. Heisman Trophy ceremony was last night. I normally talk about it a little bit on the channel, give you my reaction to the Heisman winner, but we didn't. Because I don't think there's anything to be said. We knew Mendoza was going to win. Pavia wound up finishing in second. This just wasn't too controversial. Last year, yeah.
Wouldn't it be incredible if Pavia won it, though? It would have been absolutely incredible. The internet, the media would have went absolutely insane if Diego Pavia won it.
It was really controversial with Jeanty and Travis Hunter. But this year, no, it was Mendoza all the way. And I've seen a ton of people hating on Mendoza.
And, and speaking of last year, like, debate between Jeanty and Travis Hunter, I always believed that Travis Hunter deserved the Heisman Trophy. I believed that he deserved it. And there was some people who believed that Jeanty deserved it. And personally, I don't see how some people believe that Jeanty deserves it. I can see where they're coming from. Like, Jeanty, he had a phenomenal season last season. He was great. He was great last season. But what Travis Hunter was doing, what he was doing, it was just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'll say this, if Travis Hunter was playing for a team like Georgia or Alabama, this wouldn't have been close. The Heisman race wouldn't have been close. It wouldn't be a debate. Like, Travis Hunter would have easily won it. Well, he won it, but I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't be a debate.
And oh my gosh, look at his numbers, and they're comparing his numbers to other Heisman winners. I'm not going to go that far. I don't care enough. I'm not going to act dumb. I know what people are trying to say. Well, he's not putting up these ungodly numbers like we saw with Bryce Young, Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah. And sorry to pause it again. Yeah, I've seen people on X saying that Fernando Mendoza was probably like one of, if not the worst Heisman winner, but because they were comparing his stats to like Joe Burrow and Johnny Manziel and all those other guys. You said, well, the thing is, I don't think he could have done what he did in the top leagues. Just look at how he's done in the NFL. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. And back to what I was saying. Yeah, I know you're talking about Hunter. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, people were comparing Fernando Mendoza's stats to guys like I think Johnny Manziel, Joe Burrow, Bryce Young, and Baker, and all the other Heisman winners. And some people were saying that Mendoza, man, he's the worst Heisman winner ever. And I saw like Twitter accounts comparing Mendoza's passing yards. Like, I think his passing yards right now, Mendoza's passing yards right now is like over 2,900 passing yards. And I think Burrow had like over 4,000. So, yeah. That's why some people are saying that Mendoza is one of, if not the worst Heisman winner ever. And I wouldn't say that at all, but that's just what the media saying.
Who's another guy? Jaden Daniels at LSU, and the list goes on and on and on. I get it, but to me, it's hater energy. That's all.
Yeah, it is.
What was the other thing people were saying? Oh, yeah, Cam Ward put up way better numbers than him, and he finished fourth in the Heisman vote.
You said, not going to lie, he definitely deserved it, but this was a bad Heisman race this year. Yeah, I mean, this year's Heisman race was weird. Yeah, I'll say that. It was weird. And you said you're not trying to hate. Yeah, I know you're not trying to hate, but it was definitely weird. It was. But we can all agree that Mendoza definitely deserves the Heisman.
Okay, well, Cam Ward didn't play this year in college football. He played in the NFL. It's like, come on, man, what are we doing? We're trying to devalue Fernando Mendoza's performance this year just because it wasn't some ungodly season? I don't get it, man. I don't. If you can't find a different hobby or find something else to do on your Saturday night besides writing hate posts and just hating on Fernando Mendoza for winning the Heisman Trophy, you need to get a hobby or something. Because a normal person like me goes, oh, cool, Mendoza won the Heisman Trophy. Good for him. And I keep it pushing. Weirdo energy, man. Weirdo energy. I had to address that. Shout out to Mendoza.
Yeah, I can see. Well, I'm not going to say I can see. I actually agree with Matt. Like, it seems like some hater, activity. But yeah, like, I also agree that this year's Heisman race was underwhelming. It was. That doesn't mean the players are bad, but it was underwhelming compared to the Heisman races in the past. That's all what we were saying, You shouldn't hate on Mendoza.
Mendoza, congratulations. Let's get into what we need to get into. Where's our bracket? I got it right here. So you see it: 1 Indiana, 2 Ohio State, 3 Georgia, 4 Texas Tech, 5. Where's 5 at? Oh yeah, the Oregon Ducky, 6 the Fighting Pete Golden, 7 A&M, 8 Alabama, 9 Oklahoma, 10 Miami, and here we go, the controversial one. 11 we got Tulane. Yeah. By the way, Ole Miss beat them by 50 this year, 45-10. I'm exaggerating.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be BTA again. Ole Miss and Tulane. And yes, Ole Miss lost Lane Kiffin, but still, that game's going to be BTA. Ole Miss about to give them that BTA or whatever you call it to Tulane.
And then JMU. Yeah. It's JMU. Do I need to say anything more? I'm not going to. I'm jumping straight into this. I'm not even going to go on Twitter and show you what everybody's saying. You've seen it. Everybody's like, oh my goodness, Tulane's not even a top 12 team in the nation. Why are we putting them in the playoff? And same thing with JMU. Both of them, they're not top 12 teams. Why are we doing automatic bids? Yada, yada, yada. This, that, and the third. I wind up replying to something. Let's see if I can pull it up on Twitter. It wasn't too long ago, about 10 days ago. Oh, I got it right here. This person wrote, Texas would beat both Tulane and North Texas by 50 points. We must get rid of the group of 5 automatic qualifier in the college football playoff. Matt B. Great responds, which is me. G5 automatic qualifier is great for the sport. It gives those guys something to play for. College football isn't just played in the SEC. It's nationwide. Hey, that's a great rebuttal. That is a great quote tweet, Matt. Thanks, Matt. No problem, Matt. Don't mention it. On a serious note, I meant that. The automatic qualifier is amazing, in my humble opinion. I hate to even say this because it goes without being said. Everybody knows this, even if you hate the SEC. Yes, Texas, just for this example, this hypothetical, since it's the tweet I reposted or quoted, yes, nobody's arguing this. Everybody knows that Texas is better than Tulane. They played Tulane 10 times. Texas is going to win 8 or 9 of those. And same thing with JMU. Vandy's beaten those teams 10 times. Utah, BYU, everybody that's a fringe, we'll say playoff team around the area of 13 to even 20, they're probably...
You know, honestly, the only solution to to stop this debate or whatever is to expand the playoffs. I'm all for expanding the playoffs. They should expand it to 16. I think that's the good number, 16. 24 would be crazy, and that would be awesome. But 16, I think is a good number.
Probably beaten Tulane and JMU more times than they would lose to them. And I hate that Texas didn't get in. I've been saying it
me
for
too.
a while.
I would love to see Texas in the playoffs. And Vandy.
It'd been fun to watch them play in the playoffs. Same thing
I
with
don't know,
Vanderbilt.
12 teams is a
Same
lot.
thing with Notre Dame. Same thing with a couple other teams. BYU. I'm a more the merrier type of guy. If we could have a 64-team college football playoff, like March Madness style bracket, I'd love it. I'd eat it.
No, that would be absolute chaos. That would be absolute chaos. A 64-team tournament, like March Madness style college football tournament, that would be absolutely chaos. Absolute chaos. And just, it wouldn't work.
The longer we can extend the college football season, the more playoff games and meaningful games I can watch, I'm all in for it. But that's a fan's perspective. Why do I like the automatic bid for the group of 5? And by the way, they wouldn't have got 2 this year if the ACC didn't suck, but that's a different conversation for a different day. Because it gives them something to play for. What's everybody's favorite rebuttal to that? Well, Matt, you just want to throw them in the playoff because they deserve to be in, knowing they're going to get blown out? That doesn't even matter to me. That's besides the point. I don't care if they get blown out. They earn their way in. That's what I like. And for all those people saying, well, JMU and Tulane's going to get blown out, which I think they probably will, but I'm not going to care. You know why I'm not going to care? I watched Tennessee get blown out last year. Y'all not bringing that up. Blowouts happen even with the Power 4 teams. Have y'all forgot about that? More times than not, these first-round games are going to be blowouts.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where Matt's coming from. Like the Ohio State-Tennessee game. Yeah, I hate to see Tennessee get blown out by Ohio State, but yeah, I mean, it happened. It happened. And Ohio State blowing out Tennessee, that's far more impressive than blowing out JMU, to be honest. And the same with Ohio State blowing out Oregon. Now that, dude, I would never forget that game. That was just, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Ohio State just smashed them. Literally BTA.
So what does it hurt given the group of 5 one automatic bid? Nothing. Doesn't hurt
love to see Ohio State dominate them. Oh, you don't like Oregon?
Thing at all. Do you remember the national championship only a few years ago? It was 65 to freaking 7. And it's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, it is going to happen. Tulane or JMU is going to get their eyes beat in by Oregon or Ole Miss. Everybody's going to say, yep, that's why we shouldn't have put them in. Why do we put them in? But let me remind you of this. Last year, Tennessee got blown out.
Of course, Tennessee. Yep, that's right. Of course, Tennessee. You're a Bama fan.
Last year. So if you're on Twitter and somebody's arguing that, Please, just point to a Tennessee game. I don't care if they get beat by 100, let them in. Indiana got demolished last year. I know they made it close at the end, but they were losing to Notre Dame 27-3 late in the fourth quarter. Outside Tennessee getting their eyes beat in, Penn State beat SMU by 30-something. Somebody replied to my post, their eyes beat in. Penn State beat SMU by...
Dude, SMU, they shouldn't have been in it. They shouldn't have been in it. I'm sorry. It shouldn't have happened.
By 30-something. Somebody replied to my post. This is a perfect comment. Couldn't have said it any better. It's about opportunity. The best mid-majors deserve a chance to prove their worth. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care if they get beat by $4 billion. They earn their way in, whether you like it or not. I know there's not a lot of Group of Five fans. Heck, I'm not a fan of a group.
And over them. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see y'all in over SMU because SMU, yes, they were undefeated. Well, no, they're not undefeated technically. They lost to SMU lost to Clemson in the ACC championship, which was an absolute joke that Clemson was in the ACC championship. They basically Syracuse basically they were basically in because of Syracuse. They lost 3 games. Yeah, right, man, correct. Miami should have been in the playoffs last year. If their defense wasn't so bad, it was horrible. Their defense was horrible. That is crazy. You had Cam Ward on that team and still didn't make it. But the same thing happened to us this year, so I can't complain.
Group of 5 team. But I'm advocating for them. Don't be mad at JMU. Turn your attention to the sorry and sucky ACC. I didn't even think about this. Even if Virginia beats Duke, Virginia, Power 4 school, they're going to get their eyes beat in. Is Virginia even better than JMU? I don't know. Everybody complain about this. They have no concept about actually playing the game itself. It's all hypotheticals to them and who has the most talent. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, buddy, but talent doesn't always win games. You know what wins games? Playing together as a team and being connected as a team. There's a reason we play the games. Oh yeah, do you know Penn State was in the top 5 this year?
BCS era title contenders. We had a magical season but lost 1 game in November. It sucks, but we should have been perfect if we wanted a shot at the Natty. Our whole team is excited for our BCS bowl game and can't wait to play in it. Modern day playoff contenders. We only lost 3 games. Have you considered the outcome of hypothetical matchups? Man, BCS era. You love the BCS? Dude. Back then, in BCS era, like, if you lost, 1 game, you were cooked. Like, your team was cooked if your team lost, 1 game. It was crazy. It was crazy looking back on it now. Like the bowl games had much more, aura and more meaning to it, It mattered more. And I know, and Bama won it every year. Yeah, that was the good days, wasn't it, man? But still, I don't completely miss it because that was just rough. That was just rough. Losing 1 game and you're screwed.
They sucked. Texas started out the year #1, and look at them. They're not even in the playoff. Here's why you got to give them an automatic bid, and I don't even mind them getting 2 this year, referring to the Group of 5, because if we're not going to give them a chance, why are we even going to play the games? Let's just have a playoff to start the season. That is how these Texas fans sound, and everybody sounds that's complaining about these guys getting
in. The glass.
Whoa. They don't even have the talent to compete. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah, that trophy looked nice.
At that point in time, let's just shut down the regular season and have a postseason from the jump based off of talent and preseason rankings. Put yourself in these players' shoes. Could you imagine grinding your butt off having a magical season? And that's what it's been for JMU and Tulane to even make the 12-team playoff. And somebody telling you, yeah, well, you're not as talented as a Texas, so we're just going to leave you out of the playoff because of that. And it's so funny to me because nobody was complaining about this to start the year, last year, or at the halfway point of this year. You knew what was going to happen. You knew there was going to be 1 automatic bid from the Group of 5. Why are we just not complaining about this? Oh, because Texas got left down in some other teams. Here's the last thing I'm going to say. We're going to end this video. Everybody's talking about, well, we got to fix this, man. This ain't right. Fix what? It's fine. like I said, I've said it a million times, I'll say it again, I'm all for expanding the playoff because I'm a more merrier type of guy. I love college football, and you mean to tell me we're going to get more games? Sign me up. But that, like, we got a problem? No. How about you fix your football team? How about you don't go, using Texas, for example, 9-3? We're complaining. Think about it. We're complaining about not making the 12-team playoff. You know, only 10 years ago, what was it? We started the 14 playoff in 2014, so a little past 10 years ago, you had to finish top 2 to make it to the national championship. You had teams going 11-1, and because they had one slip up, they didn't make the national championship. Did you see them crying and complaining? Nope. They just said, dang, we shouldn't have lost that game. Let's try to go undefeated next year so we make it to the chip. But now here we are, instead of teams pointing the finger at themselves because they lost one game, we got teams losing 3 games going, we should be in. No, you shouldn't be in. I get being upset that your favorite team isn't in, but that doesn't mean you should start pointing the finger at JMU and Tulane.
Yeah, and, you know, and not gonna lie, like going back to last year, like I was upset seeing, you know, not seeing my Gamecocks in the playoffs last year, and honestly, they had like 3 losses. They were like 9-3 at the time, and I believe that South Carolina had a good chance of getting in, but fortunately they didn't.
Hating outside the club. I think what we have right now is great. You got 2 teams that got rewarded for having good seasons. It's not talent based. It's not any of that. They had good years and they earned. Let me say again, they earned their way in. This wasn't given. There wasn't some hidden agenda on the committee. They were like, oh, we got to sneak in these guys. It'd be a great Cinderella run. No. They earn their way in. It's probably not going to be entertaining watching JMU and Tulane get blown out if they get blown out. But it's the same thing in March Madness. Sometimes you get the 15 seed upsetting the 2 seed, and it makes for one of the best games you'll ever see. But more times than not, the 15 seeds are going to get their teeth kicked in. I love it. Everyone hates it. It is what it is. Let me know your thoughts down below. But
and honestly, to be fair, like, normally I would have a problem with Tulane and JMU in the playoffs. But this time, honestly, I don't really care. I don't really care that Tulane and JMU is in the playoffs. Like I just don't care. I don't know why, but yes, I would love Vanderbilt to be in the playoffs. You know, I would love to see Diego Pavia play in the playoffs to see what he can do. And yes, I would love Texas in the playoffs. But Tulane and JMU in the playoffs, like, I'm not too bothered by that, to be honest. I'm not.
I have some.
All right, moving on. Diego Pavia is trying to ruin his own career. Let's go.
Many questions. Number 1, why would you even think about posting something like this? And number 2, why would you post something like this? Are you trying to sabotage your career? Diego Pavia. A great start to your week. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, something has been brought to my attention, and guess who it involves? The man, the myth, the legend himself, Diego Pavia. Diego Pavia is a legend. In his own mind, that is. And yes, you read the title to this video.
I mean, and no glaze, but in Vanderbilt, love him or hate him, Diego Pavia is a legend in Vanderbilt. Like, he's already a Vanderbilt legend. And you could say he's the greatest Vanderbilt player of all time. Like, he is. Like, how can you argue against that? Like, look at what he's done for Vanderbilt. Like, they're a top 15 team in the nation. And they got a five-star recruit coming. Just because of Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt. And his performances for Vanderbilt.
Correctly. I already know what I'm going to title it. Diego Pavia is ruining Diego Pavia's career. Or at least he's attempting to, that is. And it's hard to feel bad for a guy like this because I'd feel bad for somebody else if you had a career-ending injury or somebody else is trying to ruin your career, like a girl or just anything else going on in your life. But when you are sabotaging your own career, no, you don't get any sympathy from me because it's your fault. You know what this reminds me of? It's not the greatest analogy, but I think it is a decent example. The super hot girl who gets uglier the more she talks. Just a hateful person. She's hot. She's a smoke show. She's a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
The more she opens her mouth, the more you start to realize, ugh, I'm not attracted to this girl.
Nope,
She got a terrible person.
You know, she's just saying like, she's saying, oh, you know, okay, I'm gonna stop.
Personality.
Let's
Same thing with
just play the
Pavia.
video.
You watch the kid play and you're like, dude, I love this guy. Hard nose, gritty mentality, came out of JUCO ball, played at New Mexico State. Nobody believed in him. This is what I love, an underdog story.
He's too cocky. I was happy that when Bama beat him last year.
But then what happens?
I mean, this
same thing
year-
with the hot girl. Starts to open his mouth a little bit and you go, there's a little drawback there, or a lot of drawback.
Oh
in that.
yeah,
You go,
that's what I was trying to say. Like a girl can be attractive, but the moment she opens her mouth and start saying some mean stuff, or you know, like throwing middle fingers and all that stuff, then she becomes less attractive.
yeah, I don't know if I really like this guy. I know what all of you are sitting there saying. Okay, Matt, you got to clarify. What did Diego Pavia do this time? And that's the problem. You have to throw in this time when talking about him. He's been in the headlines and news this year for so many things that aren't football related. It's hard to even keep up with it. But this most recent event caught the attention by a lot of people. And I want to give a major shout out to Garrett Lee on the recent video and also Daredevil. Shout out to Daredevil. He's a member, by the way. Both Garrett and Daredevil said, Matt, you got to talk about what Diego did after the Heisman ceremony. And I'm glad I read these comments, because if I didn't see them, I wouldn't be talking about it. You know why I wouldn't be talking about it? Because I did see it originally, but I didn't think it was real. I saw it, but I thought it was Photoshop. So when I started reading all these comments in the comment section, I was like, wait a minute, let me do a double take and make sure this isn't real. Come to find out, it was. It changes everything for me. It changes everything. It's so hard to believe, guys. I can't emphasize this enough. I saw this when everybody else did, and I thought it was fake. I guess I was giving Pavia the benefit of the doubt too much. I can't believe it's real. I can't. I have so many questions. Number one, why would you even think about posting something like this? And number two, why would you post something like this? The fact he even thought about it, even thinking about it, is bad alone. Here's what I'm talking about. There's been multiple times where I'm thinking about tweeting something. I'm like, no, that's a terrible idea. Why am I even thinking about that? The fact Diego even got past that point, mind-blowing. We've all been there before where you think about tweeting or writing a comment and you're halfway typing it out. You're like, no, that's a bad look. Let me not do that. But this goofy goober was like, nah, yeah, I'm writing this. Yeah, this is good. They're going to eat this up. Let me show you what he posted. It is a picture of him and his hooligans on Instagram. He writes,
hooligans. I'm pretty sure that's his offensive line. But F all the voters, but family for life.
this is what I thought was Photoshop or fake. F all the voters, but ... family for life. I wish y'all could see my face. I'm just appalled, shaking my head. Are we for real? F all the voters? Buddy, are you trying to sabotage your career? Diego Pavia, in my humble opinion, is on the fast track to ruining the little and very small career he's going to have in football. And here's why this is just so blasphemous to me. You do understand the voters are the reason you even got invited to New York in the first place? And now you're spitting on them and slapping them in the face and going, F y'all. Yeah, maybe some of y'all voted for me, but no, F all y'all. I should have won this thing, man. It's not even cornball behavior. It's a loser mentality, and it's just weirdo activity. I get if you're trying to engagement bait and rage bait and do all that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, man. Yeah, he might be rage baiting.
But this right here, this was a serious post by him. And here's the other thing. He didn't just say F the people that didn't vote for me. He said F all the voters. All, you know what that means? It includes the people that voted for him. I haven't even gotten into this too much. We got to talk about it. This isn't even an 18. Not that I'm saying it.
He should be effing honored He even got second. Yeah, facts. Yeah, he's got to be grateful.
Would be excusable, but you
Yeah,
might understand.
not many college football players get the opportunity to get invited to New York and the Heisman ceremony, dude. Like Pavia is a 0.1 percenter.
It, and I could understand it a little bit if this was an 18, 19, or 20-year-old writing this, because their frontal lobe hasn't fully developed. Diego Pavia is a 25-year-old grown man. He is pushed.
He said, "You said he can rent a U-Haul. Time for him to grow up and get a job."
30, and you're on social media writing stuff like this. Come on, man. What are we doing? 25-year-old grown man, and I feel like nobody is more, I don't want to say qualified, but nobody is better to speak on this than me, because you know how old I am? 25, same age as Pavia. I'm trying to play devil's advocate a little bit and look at
Pavia's 23, actually.
This side. I always try to put myself in everybody's shoes when I talk about situations like this. He's having a blast. He's on top of the world. He's lighting college football on fire, and he's one of the best players in the nation. There's no denying that. But this lack of maturity he's been showing is not only concerning, it's disappointing. You got invited to a prestigious event, and you're slapping the voters in the face, posting this on social media. I'm not even going to scream. I'm not going to yell. It's just disappointing, man. I may touch more on that in just a second, but guess what? He did respond to that. He wrote a post on Twitter late last night. Let's read it off, shall we? Being a part of the Heisman ceremony last night as a finalist was such an honor. As a competitor, just like in everything I do, I wanted to win. To be so close to my dream and come up short was painful. I didn't handle those emotions well at all and did not represent myself the way I wanted to. I have much love and respect for the Heisman voters and the selection process, and I apologize for being disrespectful. It was a mistake, and I am sorry. Fernando Mendoza is an elite competitor and a deserving winner of the award. I have nothing but respect for his accomplishments and as well as the success that Jeremiah and Julian had this season. I've been doubted my whole life. Every step of my journey, I've had to break down doors and fight for myself because I've learned that nothing will be handed to me. My family has always been in my corner, and my teammates, coaches, and staff have my six. I don't know what that means, but it's probably not too important. I love them. I'm grateful for them. And I wouldn't want anything to distract from that. I look forward to competing in front of my family and with my team one more time in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Alrighty, so there you have it.
You said he's not smart enough to write that. Hey, it might be Chat GPT.
I'd know his family, they're inseparable as well.
This might be a Chat GPT paragraph. Or a Chat GPT essay.
I can go into too much detail at all that. I respect him addressing it. It's always hard to own up to your mistakes and apologize, but I see straight through this. He ain't sorry. He's sorry about the backlash he's getting. That's all. He's trying to do damage control. Trust me. I know guys like Diego Pavia. He ain't sorry for posting this on Instagram. You gotta believe me on this one. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you.
He go to Vanderbilt, but he ain't that smart.
Oh, that's my apologies. So after the ceremony, he was in I think it was a club or something. There's a video of him going around with a sign right next to him that says, oh, he bought it, by the way.
Oh, I seen the clip,
Indiana.
man.
Real mature look. But, guys, this is who he is. Have you seen his family? He doesn't act any different. The only difference from Pavia compared to his brothers, they're both party animals, is he's good at football. It almost looks like to me, and I'm not saying he's not being himself, but he's trying to mirror Johnny Manziel. Is it ironic?
Yeah, he's just trying to be Johnny Manziel, but he's not.
That now they're best buddies? I don't think so. He's trying to be that win or lose, we booze. I play 100%, I party 110%, but it just comes off as... It comes off in a negative way, I'll say that much. It's not even like the partying thing. You notice we haven't even brought that up. It's just the disrespect he just randomly throws out. May I remind some of y'all, Johnny Manziel was a very likable guy in college. Everybody loved him. People to this day love him for his college days. I'm not talking about Johnny Manziel currently now. I'm talking about when he was in college. No, nobody hated him like this. I'd say he was relatively humble for how good he was. He wasn't going in and brying any stadium, taking knees before the game, doing any of that. Now Johnny Manziel's a little cocky, but back in the day, it was nothing like this. It's obvious he's got a lot of growing up to do. He didn't have a great shot of getting in the NFL before all this transpired over the weekend. But let me ask y'all.
You never liked Johnny Manziel either? Yeah, it's probably because his performance against Alabama, like in 2012. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and also, did you know? Oh, you said his takes online are about as good as his NFL career. He hates us.
Question. If you're an NFL GM and you've seen everything we've talked about up until this point, why would you even consider drafting this guy?
Oh, and when Johnny Manziel played against Alabama back in 2012, he was hungover, right? You know that, right? He was hungover.
Even in the 7th round, why would you want this? I'm not going to call him a cancer cell, but why would you want this thing in your locker room? He's just a big distraction. And you already know what he'd be saying.
Oh, yeah, that is true. That would, like, all this stuff would ruin his draft stock. Well, it is ruining his draft stock. It is. He may not get drafted.
Week 4, if the team's losing some games, well, I think I should be starting. Why am I not starting? Causing all this hoopla and circus on social media. I put it to you like this. Diego Pavia is acting the way people thought Shedeur Sanders was acting. And Shedeur wasn't even he wasn't even the same realm and atmosphere as this. Shedeur Sanders was just a confident individual. Diego Pavia is just disrespectful. I have a hard time seeing him get drafted. Teams do not want this type of personality associated with their quarterback. You'll put up with the diva and rock star personality in your wide receivers or.
Indeed, we beat we beat him next year though, in his stadium, and still won the Natty the same year. He beat us. By the way, I dislike him for hating on Bama, not for the player he was. Oh, I get it.
Cornerbacks, but not your quarterback. I'm wishing him best of luck, though, and for his own sake, I just hope he grows up.
And speaking of that clip that Matt brought up, oh, what? Oh, I think I have it bookmarked. I think somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I'm about to show it to you. All right, so Diego Pavia went clubbing in New York City after losing the Heisman race to Fernando Mendoza. He bought a sign that says F Indiana. What an awful look for Pavia. All right, has the F Indiana sign. Throwing his middle fingers. Showing off for the girls. Got a hot blonde right here. Yeah, and I heard there were rumors that that Julian Sayin was at the party too. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that clip since Matt didn't show it to us. You know what? Why not just look at the rest of the bookmarks? No, let's start from the bottom. Okay, so Black Boy Max came back from a 5-12 deficit to defeat former WNBA star Liz Cambish 21-20 in a basketball 1v1. All right. Layup. Game over. Yeah, and didn't Neon beat one WNBA player?
Yes!
Yeah, this is not a good look for the WNBA. Like we got streamers beating WNBA players, like literal professional pro basketball players, pro WNBA players. I mean, pro women's players. Yeah, that's not a good look.
Team ready to play.
All right, number 50 will never let this down. His entire life will be known as the guy who cost his team the state championship. Uh-oh.
In a season.
Takes the knee.
Right? He had his
Oh, he took his helmet off.
team ready to play tonight. He had his defense ready to play tonight.
And his coaches are like, what are you doing?
Well, a Shaw player took off his helmet thinking that was the ball game. Touchdown of the season for St. Charles.
Oh, they got a punt
Catholic
too.
was done by Christian
And it was
McLean. They
blocked.
blocked it. And look at this. Look at this. St. Charles Catholic's got new life. Redemption on his mind.
10 seconds.
High snap. They get it down. It heads to the upright.
And it's good.
It's good.
Oh,
my-
no. Hold up. I'll be back. I've seen this anyway. Okay.
Goodness. From heartbreak to here.
Oh, that's brutal. Well, that kid's going to be bullied. Yeah, people will remind him for that play for years to come, man. Brutal. This was not smart. But I feel so bad for this guy. That and crappy coaching, kneeling 2 more times out of the shotgun after the penalty. That premature helmet celebration just cost Shaw the state's title. Absolute gut wrencher. Brutal, brutal, brutal. All right, Bryce Mitchell just went off on Ilya Taporia, calls him a wife beater.
Well, I got something for you, bitch. This is called the Wife Beater Special. That's right, I got my wife beater on for Ilya Taporia. That bitch puts his hands on a woman. You know, I grew up without a dad. You know, never seen my dad, never will see my dad. And you know what? I'd rather not see my dad than have my dad there beating on my mom. Let me tell you something, that'll get you killed around these parts, son. That shit ain't no joke. There ain't nothing funny about it, and I just had to let you know you're a straight up bitch for that. And your brother's a bitch too. I'll fight him. I'll beat his ass. You got lucky I was sick or I'd have beat your ass. And look, you don't deserve to get to see your kids, son, because you put your hands on their mother. You're a coward. That shit is sickening.
I mean, was there proof or evidence that Ilya beat his wife or his ex-wife? I don't think there was any proof or evidence.
Ilya, you need to repent, return to Jesus Christ, and if you repent, you won't rot in hell, bro. But you better really mean it, and you better really repent, and probably stop drinking, too. You probably got a drinking problem, man. Return to Jesus Christ, you will be forgiven, and if not, you're going to rot in hell, bro, because that's where women beaters go. One more thing for you, Ilya. Wives ain't like belts, okay? It ain't the more the merrier. You're supposed to have one man, one woman, to become one, okay? You're out running around working on your third wife now. Hell, you think they're championship belts and you're trying to get 3 or 4. You're an idiot, dude. You need to take notes from a guy like me.
Strong words. Strong words. Said wives ain't like belts. Ilya would flatline Bryce. Yeah, that is true. And he did. And Ilya did beat him in the fight. They did fight, and Ilya won. Oh, they're bringing up the knockout.
And you see Mitchell took the center.
And Believe All Women Awards goes to... Yeah, like... I don't think there was any proof that Taporia put hands on his wife. I don't know why would you just... Why would he just, just go ahead and call him a wife beater? Like, what? Oh, okay. Matt Be Great said, dude. Georgia State quarterback TJ Finley plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. The former LSU, Auburn, Texas State, Western Kentucky, and Tulane quarterback is filling an NCAA waiver for a 7th year of eligibility. He's trying to get a 7th year of eligibility. Wow. And went to six schools. Let's see. All right, we got a fun clip right here. Marlon started smiling after accidentally leaking that he has a girlfriend.
A lot of months ago, matter of fact, when you got a girl. Yeah, because we've never touched on that. But when I get a girl, it's a problem. When I talk
Yeah, we already know. Marlon.
to somebody, it's a problem. Or when I do something with somebody else, it's a problem. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a difference.
So what I don't understand is what happened when you had a girl.
Wait, so you're admitting you got a girl?
No, I'm saying, like, if I had a girl, then
Yeah, we already know that Yana's Marlon's girlfriend. We already know. Man, look at Marlon, man. So inspirational. All right, Nebraska quarterback. I knew about this months ago that he was going to enter the portal. Seems like I'd known about this months ago. Dylan Raiola intends to enter the transfer portal. Raiola could follow his mentor and end up at Texas Tech. Yeah, I could see that happening. There's you know it's funny because there's a good chance that could happen. Wild. You said he should go to Texas Tech. It's a great program. Yeah, and I would like to see him follow Pat Mahomes' footsteps, you know, and just go to Texas Tech. I would like to see it. All right, since you're back, why not react to this? University of Michigan coach Sherrone Moore didn't offer OnlyFans model Mia Siroti season tickets in exchange for a foursome. He's actually better in my opinion than people think. Yeah, but back to this. But two have exchanged texts in the past, including after his recent arrest.
I want to go ahead and clear that up, that was not me who said that. I do have a group of people working over on Twitter, as well as a assistant that no longer works for me. I think one of them ended up feeding that story to them. I have not been on that Twitter at all. So when I heard about it was over on Instagram because of New York Post, and I was like, wait, what is going on right now? I never ever said this, nor did I confirm this. The foursome part is absolutely not true.
Hey, a foursome.
But yeah, that I just wanted to clear that up. Because that part was crazy. He was DMing me, he was messaging me, But yeah, it wasn't because I inserted myself. I was kind of like dragged into the drama. It was always friendly conversations between us. It was never anything crazy like that. He did offer multiple times to fly. He was like, I would fly you out first class. I just really want to
fly you out. Fly you out. She said, fly you out first class.
meet you. I would love to hug you. Just like little
okay. Okay. Hug you. All
innocent
right.
things like that, like nothing crazy. It was never anything sexual. For the championship game, I took myself to the championship game with my sister. Nobody took me to that game. He didn't buy the tickets. He didn't give me the tickets. But during the game, we were messaging. And then after the game, I think they were staying at the Hilton in downtown. He was like, you should come, just like a fan. And then I'll let you take pictures with the
Bro is just a gooner coach. Yeah, exactly.
guys. And then we can like take some pictures. But yeah, that is true. He did try to get me to come over to the hotel. Yeah. 'Cause I'm being called like,
Man, she said the hotel, man. The hotel.
a clout chaser and all of this. And if I really wanted to out him, I would have outed him when they were here for the championship. And he was trying to get me over to the hotel where all the players were, where he was at. And I was like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with that. So, yeah, if I really wanted
he was clearly trying to smash. Clearly.
out him, I would have done it so like back when they won the championship, when everything was blowing up. I never met with him in person, although I'd been to multiple the games that he was at. I never ever met him in person. No. It didn't go any better whenever he was messaging me after, getting out of jail. Like that part was crazy. Something about the lines of like, I can't believe you would wait to attack me like that. I just want to say that I'm focused on God and family for now.
I don't want to judge. I shouldn't judge. But she said focus on God. I shouldn't judge.
I wish you nothing but the best. And have a good night, or something along the line. But I was like, I did respond to him, and I was like, at no point did I attack you, or was I waiting to attack you? I was just clearing up my name because I'm being dragged through the mud just as much as you are. But yeah.
This crap is hilarious. I'll judge for you.
He was like, I'm just focusing on God and I'm focusing on family and to better myself.
Focusing on God.
Okay. Well, I'm happy for you. I hope it works out for you. He was never like bad, like rude or anything towards me. So I just hope he gets the help that he needs. That's it.
Okay. All right. Man, did that. Well, like Sharon was doing all that with wife and kids. And you know what's the crazy? The dudes that are actually paying for OnlyFans, most of them are married. Did you know about that? Like most of them are married. All right. I guess I'll watch one more video and then I might end it to watch watch my Steelers play. Ooh. Yeah, I spoke about this on TikTok. Let's go and watch this. Dylan Raiola and DJ Lagway are leaving Florida and Nebraska. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you had a great start to your week. Hope all of you having a great Monday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, I hope you're ready for a jam-packed video because we got not one, not two, but 3 topics to go over. And guess who it involves? All quarterbacks. You better have your notifications on. You better be subscribed to the channel. By the way, we're on the push for 400K. because it is that time of the year where the transfer portal, it starts heating up and it's going berserk. We got some big time updates on Dylan Ravioli, DJ Oogabadoogie Lagway, and last but not least, Lenore Sellers. Strap in, buckle up, get you a snack, get your popcorn, get your favorite meal you like to eat when you watch a video, because trust me, I do the same thing. We're getting straight into it. First things first, let's start out with this. This isn't breaking news, but I had quite a bit of people send it to me over the weekend. Lenore Sellers. What's going on with him, you may ask? Well, according to a recent report, he is finalizing a deal to return back to South Carolina. Yeah, I know, that is a weird thing to say. Normally you hear finalizing a deal to return in the NFL, NBA, or MLB, but no, you now had to say that when talking about college football. Wild times. Welcome to 2025, I guess. But yeah, you see right here, he's returning for better or for worse. Why I'm bringing this up is because I had a few people asking me, Matt, what do you think about this? Is this good news or is this bad news? If you got to ask me, considering South Carolina is at best a mediocre football team and program as where it stands right now, this is great news for them, but I don't think it's great.
Yeah, I'm glad that Lenore is staying. I'm glad that he's staying. I spoke about it multiple times. All I will say is this: like, I'm glad that Lenore Sellers is staying. Yes, I know he had a down year last year, but it's not completely his fault. The coaching wasn't good, but South Carolina, they're getting a new offensive coordinator. Lenore Sellers, he will play better. He will play better next year. He will, and also he will be a first-round pick in 2027.
News for Lenore Sellers? I don't. And heck, I saw some South Carolina fans saying, no, this is bad news for us. Although I disagree with that. They don't even
that's good news. I'm a South Carolina fan. That's good news, man.
Sellers that much. And I understand the gripe. If you can look over all the potential, and he has a ton of potential, very similar to Jalen Milroe and Anthony Richardson, he's just not that good of a quarterback. He can't pass the football. I tell you guys, Marcel Reed can't pass the football. No. Lenore Sellers, he's worse than Reed. The only reason people are high on him is because he's an athletic specimen and he's a Dollar General version of Cam Newton. A lot of upside there. What's the downside? I just said it. He's a Dollar General version of Cam Newton. Not that good. But I do think it's a win for South Carolina from this perspective.
You said, I think it's the right move, actually. Got more room to improve, make more money, and bring his draft stock up.
I don't think the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah, exactly. Who else would be your quarterback next year?
Yeah, he's a first-round pick, man. I'm telling you. He's going to be a first-round pick.
That would be my rebuttal to all the Carolina fans that aren't too happy with this. On the flip side of it for Sellers, I don't think it's a good move. Did you see the South Carolina offensive line this year? And it's the main reason he sucked. They were awful. You think Ty Simpson's getting beat up behind that Alabama offensive line? Turn on the tape of a South Carolina game. My goodness. It's hard to even put into words. You just got to watch it.
Yeah, I agree. The offensive line was terrible last season. It was horrible. But I'm telling you, my Gamecocks will be better. I'm positive. My Gamecocks will be better.
And what's so bad about it is you don't even get to cherry pick one. Turn on any game this season against a Power 4 opponent. Although he didn't play so good this year, and I'm not making excuses, you can chop a lot of that up to the O-line was trash. But it's not just on them. When they held up and gave him time, he made some awful decisions and awful reads. It's one of those things that goes hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly. I have no idea what this deal's worth. If you have any idea, if you're a Carolina fan, could you enlighten us in the comment section if you do know? But I have a hard time believing they're paying him more than $1 million.
No, I don't know.
I don't think he's worth it. You know what I think he's worth in the big NIL era? I say maybe $250K. Anything past $250K, I'm letting him walk. He's just not that good. That's my personal opinion on that. But let's get a move on to the second topic of this video, and this is the breaking news. You see it right here earlier this morning. The news came out that Florida's quarterback DJ Oogabadoogie Lagway,
Florida,
plans to enter the transfer portal. Immediate reaction to this? Not too shocked, and I wish I could sit up here and say, oh my goodness, guys, this is a devastating loss for the Florida Gators and John Summerall, but it's not. DJ Lagway was one of the worst quarterbacks in the SEC this year, and not just SEC.
He was horrible. He was horrible last season.
Scratch that, in the nation. This guy was bunzos. Straight up bunzos. Do you remember that game against LSU? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5, Timothy and Bobby, 5 INTs. That's dang near impossible. What flabbergasted me the most about Mr. DJ Lagway is there were analysts, no lie, at the beginning of the year saying, oh yeah, he's going to lead Florida to the playoffs and he's going to be up for the Heisman Trophy. I saw one goober say he was going to win the Heisman Trophy. Tell me
he was. Yeah, I don't think he was going to win the Heisman Trophy, but I do. But this year I thought that Lagway was going to have a breakout season, I thought that Florida would be at least a top 15-ish team. I thought the Gators would be absolutely solid after how the Gators looked in 2024, but this year they were just terrible.
You don't know ball and don't tell me you don't know ball. That is such a dumb take. To pick DJ Lagway at the beginning of the season to win the Heisman Trophy behind this not-so-good Florida team and the guy running the ship, Billy Napier, golly, don't even get me started on that. To go on top of that, why are you high on a guy who proved nothing last year? DJ Lagway did nothing. He had a couple of nice games, a couple of nice throws, but is that enough? I guess it is for those people, but for me, no, it's not enough to put you in the Heisman conversation. What are we talking about? But I digress. That's in the past. Let's talk about the present. Let's talk about what's going to happen in the future. Well, for starters, Florida, they got to look for a new quarterback. And if I'm a Florida fan, which I'm not, am I upset that Lagway's leaving? Heck to the no. This guy had 14 interceptions this year. 14. So it's not like, oh, he just had one bad game against LSU. It was the entire season. Here's the thing with Lagway. Does he show flashes of greatness? Absolutely, more than any other quarterback. But then, in the very next play, he makes one of the worst throws you ever see, and you're watching it going, what in the world are you doing, buddy? What were you looking at? What are you throwing to? He makes too many disastrous mistakes for my liking. Take a look at this comment. This is Billy Napier's fault. Oh, gosh. Let's continue along.
Man, he's blaming it on Napier? Wow, that's tough.
Wrong by not developing the kid, which ultimately means that it is Scott Strickland's fault for keeping Billy way too long. So now it's Strickland's fault that DJ Lagway sucks. It's too bad he's leaving. He has generational talent. My apologies. I'm not gonna scream at you. I told myself.
Generational. Oh, that's a strong word. That's a strong word, man. You can't use the word generational too often. That's something that you just cannot do. That is a strong word.
My brother in Christ, are you kidding me? Please tell me this is satire. Please tell me this is a joke. Nobody was lower on Billy Napier than Matt B. Great during his tenure at the Florida Gators. But I'll be the first person to tell you, it's not freaking Billy Napier's fault that DJ Lagway can't throw it to the correct team. What are you talking about?
That's some Manning type stuff.
You sound dumb. If you want to say it's Billy Napier's fault the offense is struggling, I'm cool with that. There's a legit case and argument for that. But to sit here and say it's Napier's fault that Lagway is throwing interceptions and throwing it to the wrong team, you can't be this dumb. That makes zero sense whatsoever, because most normal people like me and you watching this video, we understand it. Billy Napier can drop the best play or the worst play. It doesn't matter. It comes down to execution. You can drop the best play of all time, but if your quarterback can't read a defense and he makes terrible decisions, that's on the quarterback, not the head coach. I don't know why so many people make all these excuses up for this DJ Lagway guy. I guess it's because he was a 5-star recruit and people don't want to give up on him. I'm here to tell you, I don't care.
Yeah, that's exactly why people are not giving up on Lagway, because he's a former 5-star recruit. And honestly, I think the best teams for him to go to is Baylor, because I think his father played at Baylor. So him going to Baylor would make sense. You know, him going back to Texas. He is from Texas. You know, this may sound stupid, but it could be a possibility. He should go to Virginia Tech with James Franklin. That's not a bad idea. Or this may sound stupid, but I saw Lane Kiffin reposted a tweet of DJ Lagway announcing a post of DJ Lagway entering the transfer portal, and Lane Kiffin reposted. That might be a sign that Lane wants him. I don't know. But, yeah. Could put LSU in the conversation. It sounds ridiculous, but it sounds like Lane Kiffin wants him since he reposted that tweet. And what other team would make sense? Possibly. This one sounds kind of wild, but I wouldn't be too surprised if it happened. What if DJ Lagway just goes to JMU for to be coach under Billy Napier again? Imagine if that happens, but I don't see it. But I wouldn't be too surprised if that happens.
What you do in high school, it's why I don't cover it too much. I'm going to
evaluate a place like Wisconsin could be good too. Maybe.
You for what you do at the collegiate level. And if you start out stinking, I don't care if you're a 5-star recruit. I'm going to say you stink. There's no benefit of doubt. And guess what? I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you dislike it. Right now, DJ Lagway, he stinks. And now that I think about it, everybody's talking about, well, it's Billy Napier's fault. Lagway struggled. When are we going to start having a conversation about this? It's more than likely DJ Lagway's fault that Napier got fired because he was that bad at quarterback this year. And credit to Billy Napier, he stuck with him. He was trying to instill confidence in him, but Lagway was so bad, it didn't even matter. So tired of these Lagway fanboys. Do you know how bad you got to be to get the DJ Oogabadoogie Lagway nickname? Pretty dang bad. I'll leave it at that. Where will he go? Don't know. But I'd be shocked if a playoff contender even goes after this guy as a starter. If you want to go after him as a backup, all power to you. But starter, heck to the no. DJ Lagway's not leading you to a championship. Not going to happen. Makes too many turnovers and too many mistakes. Moving along here to our third topic, and I guess this would be the main encore and the final topic of this video. It's official. Nebraska's quarterback, Dylan Ravioli, he's entering the portal. I believe we made a video on this 2 or 3 weeks ago where I had a bunch of my sources tell me, hey, Matt, you might want to make a video on this. Ravioli, he's leaving. We've made so many videos. I apologize for not remembering, but I'm 99% sure that video is somewhere on the channel. So, yeah, we called it. Nice little pat on the back for your boy, Matt. Nice little pat on the back for my sources. Here it is. Official report. Do I blame Ravioli for leaving Nebraska? Psh, are you kidding me? Heck to the no. He should have went there to begin with.
You can't blame him. You can't blame him. Like, Nebraska, they're just not that good, and they haven't been that good in years. They've had good players, in the past, ever since. They've had good players in the past like 15 years, like guys like Ndamukong Suh. He was a beast at Nebraska. But other than that, Nebraska they just haven't been that good. They ain't been that good since 2001, Lamiles, Eric Crouch.
Currently, they're the most irrelevant football program or not the most, that's exaggerating it, but one of the most irrelevant football programs with a huge fan base. I've said this for years, I'll continue to say it, Nebraska will never win another championship. Ever again. It just can't happen. Nobody wants to play at Nebraska. You can't get enough recruits to go there. And you saw what happened with Ravioli. He had to learn the hard way. I remember talking about it like it was yesterday when he flipped his commitment from the Georgia Bulldogs to Nebraska. I said it was one of the stupidest decisions he'll ever make. And guess what? It was.
Oh, yeah, he was committed to Georgia. He was committed to them dogs. Yeah, he should have just went to Georgia.
He didn't understand it. I know what it was. His pride and ego got in the way. He thought he was so good, 5-star quarterback, and I don't blame him. He was a top recruit coming out of high school. But he thought, oh, well, yeah, maybe the O-line's not going to be good in Nebraska. Maybe we don't have the best talent, but I can overcome that. I'm the cream of the crop. Nope, you can't overcome it. Welcome to college football. If you want to compete for a championship, you got to have other dudes around you. And when I say dudes, y'all know what I'm talking about. 4- and 5-star recruits like a Georgia, like an Alabama, Ohio State. You can be the greatest thing since sliced bread. You got 2-star offensive linemen, it ain't going to amount to the hill beans. And you saw it at Nebraska. They just don't have enough talent. And they'll never have enough talent on that team. 4- and 5-star recruits don't want to play at Nebraska. Even with a 5-star quarterback going there. You know what that means? Well, if 4- and 5-star recruits don't want to play there, you're not going to get any in recruiting. And if you don't get 4- and 5-star recruits on your football team, you're not winning jack. Where will he go? Not too sure. But I tell you this much: this is a real deal quarterback that can lead you to a championship potentially. Lagway, no, absolutely not. I'd be going after old Ravioli before Lagway. I watched him this year. I like what I saw. Ooga-Badoogie Lagway's got so many problems.
Yeah, right now I would rather sign Dylan Raiola. Clearly.
I don't even know where to start. Ravioli, I'd say, considering where he's at in his career, he's a pretty polished quarterback. Is he a certified cornball? Absolutely. With the whole Patrick Mahomes wannabe act, I wish he'd be himself, but that's
Virginia
a different conversation.
Tech for Raiola? I don't see it. I don't see it, but that would be a phenomenal signing if Franklin can get him.
Conversation for a different day.
But I think Lagway is more realistic for Virginia Tech.
Tell you what, he plays just like him. Everybody's going to make fun of him for it, including myself, but he throws the ball like him. He can even do the side.
He can, yes, we all make fun of, people make fun of Raiola for being like Mahomes, but you can't deny he plays just like Patrick Mahomes. He does. And I have made a clip that went, I wouldn't say viral, but it did get a lot of views. It was just me saying that Dylan Raiola, intimidating Mahomes or mocking Patrick Mahomes. Well, I wouldn't say mocking, but copying Patrick Mahomes is getting a little weird. That's what I said. Like, it's getting weird and creepy because I thought that he was doing a little too much.
Throw like him. I expect somebody to throw the house at him. You know what I just thought about too? Holy crap. You know where Patrick Mahomes played his college ball at? Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
You know what I'm about to say next. I don't even got to say it. Wow. No way he goes there, right? No way. That'd be way too weird.
Dude, I would love it. I would love to see it. If he's that serious about copying Patrick Mahomes, you got to go to Texas Tech. You have to. You have to do it. If not, then I would like to see Dylan go to the SEC team.
This makes so much sense, though, because Tech has one of the best teams and programs in college football currently, and they have all that money in NIL. But golly, he would never. I mean, people are still going to bring up the Patrick Mahomes comparisons, even if he doesn't go to Tech. But if
you said he got to blow out his ACL then. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Fortunately, he tore his ACL, but hey, Modric. I know you're a Broncos fan, but I hate to tell you, that doesn't mean the dynasty is completely over. The streak is over, but I don't think the dynasty is over. I don't like to tell you that since you're a Broncos fan, but if you think the dynasty is completely over, then you're mistaken.
If he goes there, could you imagine? Oh, my goodness. Definitely something to keep your eyes on. But, yeah, that's all we got. I'll keep you guys updated. Let me know your thoughts down below. But
no, I don't want anybody hurt. But, by the way, the Broncos look nasty. Oh, yeah, y'all look nasty. For sure, man. Look at that defense. Look at y'all's defense. Patrick Surtain, one of, if not the best quarterbacks in the... I said quarterbacks. Cornerbacks in the NFL. Nick Bonito, one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. And Jahdae Barron, he's good. Who else? That other cornerback y'all got. I think his name is Riley. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, that defense is nasty. That Broncos defense is nasty. But I want to say something quickly before I go, because I want to go ahead and watch my Steelers. You said Patrick Surtain is my guy. Met him in real life. Got a signed helmet and jersey from him. Played for my Tide and Broncos. Bo Nix balling too. Yeah, he is balling out too. Yeah, that's cool, man. That is really cool. That is awesome. But I got a little announcement. Since since winter break's coming up for my sister, I'm gonna stream a little longer. Hopefully on either Wednesday, Thursday, or that Friday. Well, the playoffs is Friday, but yeah, sometime this week. Yeah, I'm gonna stream a little longer. And I'm gonna game, play some video games. Like I'm getting on college football. I won't just play online, but I might do a dynasty mode. I think that would be fun. Just try to rebuild a team on stream. Probably rebuild my Gamecocks. I got them on my mind to rebuild, and possibly some other teams as well, like maybe Penn State. Oh, you said that'll be fun. I'll be here. All right, cool. Probably rebuild. Should do South Carolina. Yeah, I got them on the list. Might do Penn State or USC. USC would be fun. Like the Trojans. I know the Trojans are decent. But it's been a while since they were a playoff team or a championship team. It's been a while since they've been elite. So rebuilding the Trojans would be fun. Or LSU, that would be fun too. But we'll see. I'll figure it out. And also, I might get on EAFC. Probably rebuild a team. Possibly. Or play some story mode games. Like that one samurai game. What's it called? It's Ghost of it's Ghost of Tsushima, but it's one with the female in it instead of the male. The one with the male is Ghost of Tsushima. I played that before, but I could get the You said nice. You can rebuild Man U. Yeah, I'll rebuild that team. Ghost of Yutai, something like that. Hopefully I pronounce it right. I might play that game. But yeah, that's my plans. That is my plans. But anyways, thank you for tapping in. I'm going to go ahead and watch my Steelers play. Have a good night.